Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. To open today's webinar, the Australian dollar once again, the challenge is at 75.0510, resistance and fails. And backing away from there, plummeted towards a low of 74.27 overnight before staging a mild recovery to settle in New York around 74.60. In light of the current pattern and also with the US dollar surging to the upside overnight, does look for further weakness for the Australian dollar, and a break beneath 74.25 would give further weakness towards 73.80, and a break there would open towards the recent lows around 73.10 and reassess from that level. Towards the top side, resistance still expected to cap at 75.0510. However, a break there would see a short covering towards 75.65.75 before turning around. But it still looks to me that this level is still very much containing the bulls. After 5 challenges now, is still unable to break above 75 cents. As I mentioned, the US dollar did surge overnight, and you can see that the euro broke above 108.20 and briefly clips a high around the next resistance, which was at 108.65.75, and then fails to sustain and collapses and posts a bearish outside range day. In light of the pattern, I expect to see further weakness, and a break under 105.85 today would see further scope towards 105.35 and then towards the key level of 104.70. It is viewed beneath there that would open towards 102.40.70 and reassess from there. Resistance on the day now comes in at 106.65.80 with firmer resistance at 107.50. Dollar yen still contained by the resistance of 114.70.80, with the overnight price action still struggles towards that towards 114.20.70, and in light of the current pattern should see a mild pullback. With the US dollar strength now, we could see the pullback slightly shallow and holding above either 113.50 or towards 112.65.70. As I mentioned, the dollar strength overnight, a break above 114.70.80 in the dollar yen would see further advance up towards 115.60 and maybe even higher towards the 116 region and reassess from there. Sterling is weaker overnight and now slowly moves away from that resistance area of 126 to 127 and looks towards the support now of 125.50. A break beneath there will give further scope towards 124.70 with the weighted challenge of 123.60 down towards this region here, the recent lows. In light of the current pattern, it is very well supported that we should see a weaker sterling today, with the resistance now coming in at 126.20 and firmer above at 126.70. Gold still on the daily view showing divergence. So I expect to see the market still to move away from this 1150.60 bull fortress and look towards the resistance at 1178, and in a break of 1183 would see further scope up towards 1190 with a target of 1212. In light of the current bullish divergence, I expect to see demand to return in front of that 1160.62 level with minor resistance seen at 67. And to wrap up with oil, after 3 days of absence from the bulls, the market is challenging the upside again, with the resistance now coming in at 51.70. In light of the recent 3 days of weakness, the market still needs to clear 52.60 to get that move up towards 53.25 to $55 a barrel. If we see another failed attempt towards that 52.60 level, then a break of 49.20 would give further scope down towards $46 a barrel and maybe even lower towards 43. But let's see how the next 24 hours plays out and if we can break the downside, or will the bulls continue to challenge the upside after coming back overnight. So that wraps up my daily video. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you have a great day ahead and a great weekend that's about to start.